Hey, what's up guys? It's Oakley and we're going to be doing a massive siege as we do always. Indie Pride is here.
Yep, and I'm looking at some of our guys' pews right now, and me and Oakley were just having a nice little discussion about all the things ish sieges were in Total War Warhammer. We're looking at the background to this map, this beautiful map, and there's so much cool stuff in the background. You can use this bridge to fight and ambush. You can use these streets down the sides of the settlement to attack and ambush from both sides. So much opportunity for sieges in Warhammer, and I'm hoping that kind of stuff, these kind of battlefields will get added later on down the line, where it's not just a box and a city. But here we are. I'm playing Chaos against the Vampire Counts, trying to take out a Vampire Count city. What is the name of the city, by the way? I don't remember the settlement.
Wolfenburg.
Wolfenburg. And my army is going. Actually, do you want to just press play? 3, 2, 1. Press play. And go over army setup. So I'll go over mine first. A bunch of Chaos Chosen and regular Chaos Warriors with halberds and great weapons. Lots of selection right there. My siege tower's moving up now. Hell cannons firing in. Got some halberds up front. And a lot of monsters. I have Dragon Ogres out on the flanks. I have a Chaos Giant. And I have 2 Dragon Ogre Shaggoths as well. So definitely some Forsaken on the map as well. And we're going to be trying to just overwhelm this front line. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth already pounding on the gate, trying to get into some of these zombies and stuff inside the city. And hopefully you want to go where you're set up.
Yeah, so I'm issuing forth with zombies on the left flank just to hold up your towers. I want to have as many of them take damage from the tower projectiles as possible. It seems like that's already going to be the case. Looks like they're taking ridiculous damage. And this is just like tier 1 or 2. Anyways, I don't know how it's possible. So there are 2 of your towers on the left come crashing to a halt. On the right side, however, you're making a better approach. Your Dragon Ogre has been bashing down the gates, and I just decided to open up the gates, be polite anyways, and just kind of greet you with some Graveguard with great weapons. I figured that, you know, I want to take out your high-value target as soon as possible. He's isolated, has no support, is in a choke point, so I figured I'd start tackling him. I have direct damage going off, I have great weapons, so I figured, you know, this is the place where I'm going to take him out. But now you're up on the gates with, up on the walls with the Forsaken, which is a really good storming party tactic.
Yeah, they're going to be my stormtroopers. So they have really high attack and weapon damage, but they're kind of glass cannons. They will die pretty quickly, but with zombies and skeleton warriors and stuff that are lower tier than them, they will just chew them up for dinner. And my hell cannons firing in as well. Really love that animation. Looks so beautiful. And the zombies and stuff up on the walls trying to hold it down. But yeah, the Forsaken and the Chaos Warriors with halberds that I'm sending up top should have no problems dealing with these units. And I just need to create a beachhead for my guys. Zombies are tying me down in the center, which is really how you want to use them, especially in these siege battles. The siege towers will just wreck your men. So you really need to get rid of these annoying meat shields as soon as possible. They're holding me up while you're kind of shooting into me, and a lot of my Marauders and my Chaos Warriors are dropping. Gonna be using my pocket ladders to get up onto the walls pretty soon here. These shots are doing so much damage, and the camera work so good. And then yeah, looking at your army, more of your army back in the deployment zone. You got a Terrorgeist, you got Graveguard, some Vargulfs, a lot of Karn Wraiths, and a Vampire Lord on a Hellsteed. So that guy will be definitely a terror to deal with as well.
Yeah, so he's been flying around kind of casting buffs on my units, damage spells on your storming parties. And what I decided to do for this battle is not put everything up against the walls like CA would like to force you to do. I'm deciding to do the traditional way we do the sieges, which is fight for the inner city. So that's what I'm doing. So that's why I have mostly crap troops up on the walls. I just wanted to delay Indy, not keep them there the whole time. And then in the courtyards, what I'm starting to set up is theoretically some killing fields. We'll see if it ends up being that way. So dire wolves and such kind of hiding around the corners. I have like different sectors where I have Karn Wraiths set up to flank certain positions, because I figured, you know, they can pierce through armor, which is going to be great for taking out your high armored targets. I have Vargulfs in the central plaza, lots of elite units in the central plaza, as well as a hero, which is going to be a Banshee. So she's a melee specialist, so she's going to help me in the center. On the left, I have more zombies, and especially here, I put skeleton warriors, skeleton spearmen, sorry, because they have bonuses versus large. So I figured, you know, I would stick you here and then go after your high-value large targets here once you got past the front gate.
Yeah, when death getting casted on my Chaos Warriors with great weapons, not going to do a whole lot of damage. As Vortex spells can be pretty hard to land, and even when they do in this game, they don't do a ton of damage. Wind of Death is one of the better Vortex spells, but it's not amazing. And Oakley is going to be avoiding the direct damage spells this game, just because he's a really swell guy. He could be Fate of Building and Spirit Leeching all my Chaos Lords and my Chaos Giants and stuff, but he's going to avoid doing that and go for the more hype-looking spells at least. Wind of Death, one of the coolest looking spells in the game. And now Chaos Warriors with Halberds creating that beachhead for me. Forsaken have pushed through and are now dismounting from the walls in that very strange, streamlined way. And my siege towers and stuff moving up right now.
And I do have your Dragon Ogre. He's been beating up on me for a while, but I have both of... Oh god, he's being joined by a giant. But I have gotten him down a fair amount of health. He's down to about, I don't know, a little under half strength. So I think job well done for my Grave Guard with great weapons here. Really want to take out these guys because these are choke point busters, so I want to take them out here before they can, be the ones that blow up my choke points and my killing fields that I've set up further into the battle. Oh shit, in the center I just charge you straight up with some of my Black Knights. Just nailed your Forsaken. So this is one of the killing fields that I had set up. So Black Knights going to be doing the early damage, and then in the distance you can see Terror Geists and other units waiting. There are Karen Wraiths on the side, just everything waiting for you to pour forward.
Now there is an flaming head, burning head going off on the Karen Wraiths. It's going to take them down. It's going to drop some models there and probably do about a third HP, and then it's circling back, going over the Vargulf, and still swirling around. There is a thing with siege battles in this game, is that sometimes the camera work that I'm doing, it kind of glitches out and will do a bunch of my commands at once after a delay, so that's why you've seen a couple of weird camera work things. It's just like the camera lagging behind what I'm doing. But my Forsaken, I've charged into the Karn race now. That's going to be a tough fight, but if I get some spells from Archaon the Everchosen into them, they should drop very quickly. More Chaos Warriors with Halberds moving in now, and I have established a pretty powerful beachhead. I've taken the walls from Oakley, and one thing that CA kept talking about in sieges was if you lose the walls, you've lost the game. I've never really understood that logic. It's not really true. If you have a bunch of guys in the middle of your settlement like Oakley does, you can still absolutely win the game. It's not like you've lost the walls, you've lost the game. It was kind of weird, but Dragon Ogre Shoggoth is going to charge in now and start bashing on some zombie heads. Should have no problem winning that engagement. Of course, backed up by some Dragon Ogres as well. All his little Dragon Ogre baby brethren. We're going to be... Oh, look at that. The damage over on this side. And then in the center, I'm going to try to find Archaon. There he is. Archaon's moving up, getting ready to cast some more Burning Heads.
Yeah, so my Vargulf is running around. Oh, Flaming Head going down right in the center over top of my Grave Guard. That dropped a lot of their health. So you are pushing through on my left. I'm going to be sending a Vargulf just cheerily going towards your Shoggoth and your Dragon Ogres. I figured that would be a good target to fight against. I'm sending my Banshee over to the left, so now I'm sending a bunch of my high value units to kind of stem your assault on the left side. We'll see if this holds up. My Banshee is going to be doing work on this side. She's got no direct damage against her. She's going against a bunch of units that can't really deal with the ethereal unit, and so she's going to be a happy Banshee.
Yeah, she's going to be able to do some damage over there against my Forsaken. And then over here, your Vargulf has moved up and is going to start fighting my Dragon Ogre Shoggoth and his Dragon Ogre baby brothers. So we're going to be fighting over here. Vargulf should do okay, but certainly not going to win that engagement. He's getting stun locked a bit right now. But he's going to be able to tank it out for a while. And maybe if you have some time to reinforce, you should be able to do alright. Yeah, she's actually getting stun locked a lot. Every time he gets hit, he's falling over. So maybe that isn't the best engagement for him, but he isn't taking a lot of HP damage. My Dragon Ogre Shoggoth is quite low. Over here in the center, got some more Vargeists moving in now, charging in to my Chaos Warriors. Great weapons, Burning Head going off from Archaon again. That one, I think, wiped out the rest of those Karn Wraiths and is now circling through some of the Grave Guard. Burning Head being one of the only actually damaging Vortex spells in the game. And over here, my Chaos Giant bashing on your Terrorgeist and some Karn Wraiths tied up with some Forsaken as well.
And I've gone ahead and deployed my flying units. Now that I figured all your units are tied down, what I'm trying to do is first I sent my bats in the rear to take out your Hell Cannons. Now they're going to be circling back around. And we're trying to get some hammer and anvils off against your units. Just because I figured disrupt them, hit them in the back. Now that you're all stuck in, this is the best moment to do that. I would say on your left, you're pushing very effectively. I don't have much to counter this. My Terrorgeist is trying to hold strong against these units, but everything else that's been trying to hold out here has been taken out as well. So somehow I'm not having enough men to beat back Chaos, which is not what you'd expect. Usually the Vampire counts have tons of units and Chaos is limited, but in this case, with the huge funds and large unit settings that we did, you had plenty of troops to go around.
Yeah, huge funds is definitely very beneficial to Chaos because they're so expensive. Being able to field 4 Chosen with great weapons and Chaos Giants and 2 Dragon Ogre Shagas, that's a really useful thing. Obviously, so many monsters on the field can do quite a bit of damage, even though they are a bit underpowered by themselves. When you've got 2 of them, or 3 of them, or 4 of them on the field, it can be very hard to focus them all down, especially if you're not using direct damage spells. But my Chaos Giant is bashing on your Terrorgeist head.
I feel so bad for that Terrorgeist.
Yeah, he's so much smaller than the Chaos Giant, at least from a, like he's way lower to the ground than he is. And then the Vargas are gonna come in. That's really not the engagement they want. Chaos Giant
oh my god, they just get smashed around.
Oh my god. Yeah, but
they just get out of there immediately.
I love the Crypt Horrors. They are so cool looking. The way they move. And they're honestly one of the best monster units in the game. They only cost 800 talents, and they will wreck infantry units. They're going to try to reinforce. I don't know how well they're going to do against the Chaos Giant, though. He's doing so much damage over here.
Yeah, so I have sent or saved some of my better units for the last part of this engagement. So Crypt Horrors are going in. My Lord is going to be coming in on this side to reinforce, cast spells, direct damage against the Giant, have all kinds of chaos happen here, buff my units. So reinforcements are going to be getting their way into this position. Black Knight's also circling around, so I'm trying to save that side, but overall it's not going too well. In the center, things have kind of killed each other off. Although Archaon in the center is kind of what's winning you this engagement. So that's going to be chewing through the last few men that I have in the center. I do still have a Vargulf that's sitting in the back waiting to get engaged. And he's going to actually chase after Archaon in not too long. On the left flank, your Dragon Ogres are killing my guys, my Graveguard, but I have kind of held the left somewhat. The Banshee helping to push my forces against your units. And my Vargulf over here, who is trying to take out your high value targets, has not won out. Oh, I see he's slain corpse right here by the buildings.
Yeah, your Vargulf is chasing after Archaon right now. He's trying so hard to get away because I didn't want to deal with him. Archaon can't really deal very well with the Vargulf because he will get stun locked. I don't know if he gets stun locked on Dorgar. It looks like he might. Yeah, he won't get knocked down, but he will get stun locked when he gets bashed on him. So I was like, yeah, I would love to fight you, dude, but I don't really feel like dealing with you right now. So I'm running away, trying to get to the safety of my Dragon Ogre Shaggoth and the Dragon Ogre baby brothers. And they are kind of sitting over there right now, which I don't really remember. Maybe they'll fight right now. Yeah, they're gonna aggro onto the Vargulf and start bashing on him. I guess the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth has an advantage against the Vargulf because he will just knock him down every time he attacks.
Let me see the second attack coming in. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be hard to knock down your guy. I mean, he has 4 legs and 2 arms, so he's gonna be pretty stable. And he has all these little baby brothers, like he keeps saying, next to him. So I think coming up against that, I don't really have many counters to this left. My Graveguard with great weapons have been kind of stuck in elsewhere, and so I don't have much left. Ooh, my Vargulf is going to be crumbling just terribly at this point. Same with the rest of my forces. I do have my hero in the center who's now raising up zombies as a last ditch effort to hold back any of your forces that you may throw at me. But this is, you know, if I could raise maybe Graveguard with great weapons, that may save me, but at this point, zombies are, you know, they're just going to delay the inevitable. Crypt Horrors on the right, still
Chaos Giant.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I guess.
I didn't realize that he's dead. Poor guy, your Terrorgeist is dead too, and the Dragon Ogres are going to work, but the Chaos Giant is dead.
And I guess the Crypt Horrors in here were really crucial. They helped secure that engagement. My Black Knights that were doing Hammer and Anvils were doing okay, but, I mean, they're charging into Chosen with great weapons, which is really, I mean, Chosen just straight up are hard to beat. Give them great weapons, they're pretty much gods at this point.
Yeah, they're pretty insane. And then I am gonna end up putting your Vargulf in the back here. This is beginning to look a little bit corrupted because that's not what happened. My Dragon Ogre Shaggoth died to your Vargulf. Whatever. So we're gonna end up pushing through to these zombies. This is effectively what happened. There's a few differences in the ending here, I think. But my Dragon Ogres were still pushing through the zombies. Not much left on the field at this point. Forsaken pushing through to the center, and your Hellseed is flying around doing some work. There's some units in the back here. Looks like your Banshee is in the middle of a bunch of my Chosen and Chaos Marauders with great weapons. Gonna try to surround her, and like you said, it's really hard to kill these hero units that are ethereal, but she is gonna crumble, I think, with the army losses. And yeah, there's pretty much nothing left on the field except for the wizard. And he's just flying around at the moment.
Yeah, I just see her. Oh, and she went down. Spirits flying out of her, so your guys can rejoice with that great victory. And all I have left is just a little Hellseed, and he's going to be charging into your Shaggoth. I was trying to go for a little moral victory here because your Shaggoth is down to almost no health. So now we're going to be trying to 1v1. Archaon is watching on in approval to see if his champion is worthy. Oh my god, I feel so bad for my Vampire Lord here. Just getting wailed on.
I think he's going to drop him right before this game ends.
Yeah, this is going to be close. I'm actually doing a lot of damage. Your guy deciding to shout at me instead of deal damage. And that may actually end up being his undoing.
The replay just ended for me to end for you?
Yeah, so right before you could see the conclusion of that, I think I would have won out, but that is not going to, save me this day. Overall, I lost pretty spectacularly there. Yeah, I just didn't have enough to deal with those Chosen Warriors, and the zombies, I think on the walls, just ended up buying me time, but not for much. Maybe I could have benefited from putting more on the walls, but at the end of the day, I mean, the zombies, vampire counts don't really do well in siege defense. You really need ranged units to rain down hell and beef up your defenses on the walls, and I didn't have much of that. Maybe trading out a couple more units for grave guards with great weapons, having more of the effective cryptors would have done me better.
Yeah, the end of that was a little bit corrupted. I don't know why, because I thought replays were fine in this game except for reinforcements. I'm not sure. The Dragon Ogre, I guess, should have died to your Hellsteed or the Vorgolf, I can't remember. But anyway, it was a little bit corrupted at the end. In terms of army compositions and tactics are pretty straightforward. You rush the walls with heavy units. Forsaken up front on the siege towers were really good at establishing a beachhead so Chaos could get into the city. And then, of course, I kept my Chosen with great weapons back so they could be committed later in the fight. And at 1,500 talents, they have some of the beefiest stat lines of any infantry in the game. They will wreck Graveguard with great weapons. They will wreck a lot of units in 1v1 melee. It's just that they're very expensive. But expensive isn't a problem when you're playing on ultra funds with 40 unit caps. So just managed to overwhelm Oakley here. I think that Chaos is one of the weaker factions on normal funds, but when you buff it up to massive funds, they can afford to bring all the crazy monsters and high-tier Chaos troops that really make them shine. So it was a fun battle. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and the cinematic side of this replay. Archaon with the Burning Head doing work. Got around about 100 kills, I think, but we can't see the kills for each unit. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be bringing you some more Total War Warhammer content very soon.
Yep, and be sure to check out Indy's channel. I will link him below. I'm sure he'll link me. And yeah, tons of content abounds, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.
Hey guys.
Peace out.